It's a matter of I got scared in the middle of it, and that's not a huge problem.
Yeah, no,
It's something that, as I continue working, I was expecting, are you recording now?
yeah, you can
Okay.
stop it.
So, no, you're fine. So stand up for me. I was expecting him when I went for the, here, let me, so you get a better view on it. When I went for the turning snap down, I was expecting that. That's what I was expecting.
Right.
And so I was expecting a big post out, and so what I wanted was this.
Got it.
I wanted to get that ankle pick and come down for it. I was absolutely not expecting him to stumble, and that's why
You timed it. You timed it well.
when he did stumble, so I got the snap, he stumbled across, and then I was playing catch up.
Yeah.
I was way out of position, and by the time I caught up to him, he was rolling through, and I wasn't ready for the roll through.
So he looked like he wrestled. I don't know if he did, but he looked like he at least was working on his wrestling. So he was taking the shots, and then I think you shouldn't worry about that. That was just a scramble. But yeah, you could have probably like let him settle in first, but you were so concerned about handling his big ass. You wanted to look at this.
Yeah, and that was my point is, my thought in that second that he was stumbling was, oh shit, he's stumbling. If I just need to get and stay on top of him, I get on top of him, I can impose my game. And he rolled through really well. There was a scramble that I missed. I'm gonna miss those sometimes. It happens. I'm not. So there were, over the course of time, I've gone back and forth mentally about it, but I think I did the stand-up part I was proud of. I did good work there. At no point a huge strong as fuck, but the work that we've been doing with the stand-up is exactly where I want it to be. Turning circles, he's pushing straight into me, and I'm turning corners.
You weren't eating it. You were redirecting.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw it. I was like, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did. And from the bottom half, I was like, we did this.
Right.
But
And again, it comes down to just being, I got scared. I absolutely got scared. I had the shit choked out of me, and I stopped thinking. I went for the Kimura, that far side Kimura to try and not necessarily get the submission, but if I could get the sweep is what I was more going for.
yeah,
He was very cognizant of it. He was very defensive on it.
trying to Kimura him is like trying to Kimura TJ or Eric here. They got such good muscular. You got to really make that connection to your hand, their wrist. So once you get this, rolling that forward knuckle forward,
Yeah.
just holding it tight until you feel them start to give up. You know the feeling when you're on someone's back and you're like, all right, he's about to fucking exhale, and that's it.
Right.
There's a feeling with that Kimura, but because he was so cognizant keeping his elbow in, you weren't even able to scoop in.
Right, I got some wrist control a couple times, but I wasn't able to get over to it. And again, in that moment, I was just trying to get, if I can get this one fucking thing and try and sweep him, and I wasn't thinking about that half guard, and it's just something that I have to keep working on.
Yeah. So one, think of it this way: you did good against the guy who won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. I mean, he won the whole thing.
Right.
So it's not like you barely
And
got
absolutes.
third. Yeah.
And absolutes.
I didn't see absolutes. Okay. And he won absolutes. I thought
Yeah.
Okay, so what we can do is improve on where you started to lose it, but I want you to focus on great snap down. Your stand up was good. You're fighting for the inside, which is annoying. You already know that he was a little bit shorter and lower center of gravity, and he was jacked, so you were using leverage and positioning on stand up. And then the snap down was just something you already had. As I already told you, you already had. The scramble, that's the way it happens. But the half guard stuff, that's just from not working a lot of those positions. We did work from there, but being in that bad position where I'm choking you, when you get choked. So if you're like here, with that, if you give me that overhead choke, overhand choke, so you're
here, and he had a real tight piece in here. The biggest thing is he's gonna try to keep you up right here.
Yeah.
You're stuck, and you can't frame. So I think the biggest thing you gotta do is coming in front of his truck, and then start extending out to get it.
So what I had done, and fortunately Tanner and I had just gone over it that Monday, was getting the chin to the center, moving it to the center, and then once I got to the center, I don't care if he keeps trying to choke me as long as I can fucking breathe,
Yeah,
and letting him burn his arms out.
yeah, so knowing that you gotta bring your chin in or center like you're saying.
Yeah, just moving it to the center line cuts that choking pressure and.
But if you noticed, and it's not that I'm looking at it and going, oh, you should have done this there. I'm just saying, when I feel someone's really good at gigs, I got, me framing here,
Try to keep my chin tucked as opposed to me here. I'm still framing the shoulder and this elbow. I'm able to do this a little bit and get my chin tucked and start using both my hands to fight that choke.
Okay.
What usually ends up happening if I do this to someone on top and they're really cognizant, they just sprawl me out here, which is fine. I'll just start doing something else, but at least I'm not getting choked anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a bad situation as far as,
But and
he was good there.
yeah, he was solid. There wasn't a whole lot of, because if you look, I was in the bottom, and I remember being
Bottom half guard, choking like a motherfucker. Yep. And I remember being here and trying to like feel if I could move his base around.
once I wasn't getting choked, I was safe, and so I'm like, okay, well, where is his weight at?
Yeah.
What can I feel? And then he let it go, and I was, we were working
and
something else.
That was the next thing I was going to do. Is once you're hand fighting, protecting that choke, is I noticed your leg up here. If that doesn't work, rocking like Tanner is talking, trying to post on the mat and
Okay.
trying to get some leverage. So if I'm doing this and that little leg talking the leg doesn't work,
Well,
you hand fight.
it wasn't so much that I was just trying to figure out where his
Well,
weight
he was sitting back on his haunches. He was already setting because he had this, so he doesn't have to lean forward for that choke. He needs to bring it in.
Okay.
So you doing that is not going to compromise this. But once you post here, that
Right.
leverage is going to allow you to bring your hip in that crowbar. If you're not doing a crowbar sweep, you're creating space where you're like, if I don't adjust, I'm going to lose that head.
Okay.
So hand fight, tuck in the chin, and then hand fight. But I want you to hand fight with your hands here.
Okay.
Your hands are still going to be here. You're still framed on here in this knee.
Yeah, I'm not sure where my elbow was.
Yeah, I
I
know.
want to say I was under like this.
It
Because
doesn't-
I think that's what I was trying for the Kimura there.
One hand was here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying for the Kimura. I gotten that, and then he went and snatched there. Yep, and so I couldn't get this hand in.
So and that's fine.
And so yeah, that's
doing
where you could see this hand kind of beat in.
So if I'm gonna keep this tight, at least if you're reaching towards grabbing the hands, tucking the chin, once you start posting your left foot on the mat, now try to get, I have to adjust right here. So if I don't bring you back in, I
Yeah.
have to sprawl.
And bringing back in loosens that.
But
We
in
need-
the future, yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying that when you bring it back in, it feels like that opens up.
That's why I'm asking you to reach for that. You may not be able to get in there, but that's, your hands are going.
Okay.
So, again, not trying to tweak your neck, I'm just loosely holding on to your head right here, not cranking this. Why don't you try to weave your hands in, posting here. Foot and work on the hand. Again, feel that? That's where I feel safe. I'm gonna try to sprawl and snatch you.
Right.
That's a whole other thing, at least you're not getting choked.
Right.
Because I have to distance, I intentionally kept this leg to trap you. But if you're not crunched in, this doesn't work for me.
Okay.
I have to let go. And even if they're tall, unless they're really tall,
Well-
they might just go ahead and start punching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're good because you created space now.
Right. And I've got movement with my core out of that.
So try doing it on me and you'll feel how, just finish it and.
Sure, you got it here? Ready?
Yep.
So, I'm gonna just- Nice, you're gonna go ahead and try it.
Got it.
It's not all at once, it's like, fuck!
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So I'm gonna squeeze a little bit, not as tight, but I just want you to work on, get here and nice flat. I got you where I want you.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah. That's gonna be your defense. I'm giving you resistance, but I'm not trying to stroke you. I just want you to work on protecting your hands. So again, do it a couple times. I don't want to crank your neck too much. Go ahead and go. Now I'm gonna get a chin strap. And it's gonna be the same position, because sometimes they're real good with this chin strap right here. All right? Same thing, you're posting up with that hand. Because by me trapping your leg, I'm trapping my knee.
Okay.
The biggest thing is once I start elevating my knee to get over to a 3/4 mount or to that knee cut, that's when you're fucking better scramble.
Right.
Because you'll know the difference. Here, I'm holding on for dear life because I think I'm gonna lose it. But here, once I start doing this, right? You know I'm trying to shoot that knee out. You know exactly what's up. I want you to roll to your left.
Got it.
Because I'm going to chase that choke by bringing this knee out. As long as you're sprawled out with your knees, expanding your knees through your chest. It's similar to your crowbar sweep,
Right.
but coulda, woulda, shoulda. Don't even.
No,
worry. You did good.
And it's not. Again, it's not. Well, I should have done this and I should have done that. It's I didn't do this, so I need to work on.
Yeah.
It's a thing I need to work on.
That's what I get buried there a lot.
Yeah.
I get buried there. That's why I didn't realize how much half guard I do. I do a lot of half guard.
Right. But yeah, that's like I said. You know, I've #1 guy at Masters 4 blue belt, and he wasn't able to submit me, so that's something.
That's the way I would take it. That's the way I would look at it, because you worked hard. It wasn't anything you hadn't seen before.
Right.
It was just different levels.
And the other thing was, in my opinion, from talking to you and Tanner and Scott and all of them, is that there's a lot of talking about like the don't let game, where you could be defensive and not doing jujitsu, or you could be defensive doing jujitsu. And I feel like I wasn't just defensive and I'm not doing anything, especially at the beginning. Once I got scared, got spooked, then yeah, I was out of it. I wasn't doing jujitsu anymore, but I was still doing my frame. I was still working defensively. I was still trying to regard, and in fact, I did regard at least once, which is why he got so many fucking points. But
He racked up a few points at the end, but that was because he was like, I'm already winning, so.
right,
Because he was going for submissions.
right.
Right.
I know he was trying to shit out of that head and arm choke at the end. Whew.
I didn't see it. I thought you were safe. That's why I was like, oh, he's safe. I think he's framing. That's why I thought I saw you doing this. And I thought you were trying to create frames. I didn't know you had your neck. So now you're stuck here. You couldn't expand. You couldn't frame.
I think it was at the end in, I'm not sure if he was in half guard or in mount, but he tried a head and arm on me. And I had gotten to, the answering the phone position, and he was just crushing that elbow in. And I was like, nope, oh God, that fucking sucks. No. And just surviving, breathing. But.
So yeah, his was the only one that I looked at before I was like, okay, this is the only person I would say is not going to be able to. The other one was like, all right, you guys are on par. You should be able to do fine with the other two. And I don't mean like, oh, breeze through one.
Right.
It's going to be a good fight. I was like, this cock diesel motherfucker is the one. He's going to bring.
And again, he was solid.
And he's probably cooking at purple, at blue belt. He probably should be a purple belt. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Or he might be. It was belts, right? It was belts. Yeah. Okay. So it was belts. It wasn't intermediate.
So he should. So he won blue at his weight class and absolute. So realistically, assuming he's not sandbagging, he should be getting promoted.
They'll sandbag.
Sometimes.
Because they're having fun.
Right.
And they
Well, it's a lot more fun to win it at blue than it is to lose at purple. So I don't know. You might do well at purple. I don't know.
There was a lot of things I was going to go over with you that we could have done. After that, so I was looking at something last week, but then nobody came in and I had my work schedule. But is there anything you'd like to work on? Because I
Not
know we
really.
just did the breakdown.
Not really.
Did you get to roll to it this morning?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Roll some more.
Yeah.
We can always
You
roll.
want? All right, I'll put the camera. Sunday open mat was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you went over to Saturday Open Mat too.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I
How's he doing?
He's always doing good. He just doesn't want to do it. He's done really well. No, it was good. I was just sore because I had trained all week on Friday. I did 2 classes and then Saturday I was like, 5 classes. But I wasn't doing this. Is your neck right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was trying to slink out and see what's straight out.
I figured I could either get the arm bar out of that or the.
You had the right idea. Hit in my hips, trap my knees. You had the right idea. So I was just trying to get out so I can get somewhere else. I wasn't worried about the immediate Kimura.
Right.
You had a dominant position the whole way through. So you never let me get out. You let me transition to somewhere where you had a better advantage. Beautiful. Keep going.
Nice. Hips down. The other way.
You good?
Yeah, keep going. You all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, grab me again. Okay.
Posture your neck up if you can.
What's that?
Posture your neck up here because I'm trying to crank your head
Okay.
down. Posture your head up and then tighten your elbow. There you go. This is going to be uncomfortable.
What's that?
It's going to be uncomfortable because I'm trying to get your head down at 100%. I want you to push your head up. It kind of dislodges my elbow. The only thing I got here is my elbow tuck.
Okay.
So post your head up like you're taking a shot. Yeah, there. And then go hips down. About that way.
Okay.
That 100% sweep sucks if they get it. The only way to get it is if I tuck in my elbow. Once you start posturing up,
It opens it back up.
it opens it up like the guillotine from the stand-up.
Okay.
If you posture your head up, I don't have this, so I got to bail.
Okay.
Going for a submission there is possible. So if you get me in that, you know how to do the 100%. Underhook. So you're underhook, and then you're almost kind of doing this with my head trapped here. So, yeah,
There.
yeah. So my head's gonna be trapped in your sternum. This elbow's gonna be tight. When we get that, I want to roll like that. Drive my head up. See, I'm moving my head. So I'm either gonna go that way or I'm gonna go to your sternum.
Okay.
As soon as I get you in one of these, whatever side, as soon as you feel me reaching for this, I want you to think of that same position. Either getting your head into my sternum or getting past my armpit. Feel that? You just got leverage. I already know I'm a loser. So it's just a little head post posture. Okay. There you go. Good. I know I got a bail on it. Put your hand to your heart, there you go. Now, work from there. Tap. You can reverse that leverage.
Well, that was. So, as I was working my way up, I was trying, I don't know if you probably couldn't feel it, but as you're in that bottom, almost mount, I noticed that you got more leverage as your hips escaped away. And so you had more leverage out here. And I appreciate you're not cranking it. Maybe you could have.
I was holding on to it. We're doing it.
But, so the first thing I tried to do was I was posting my hand right behind your hips
I felt it.
to pin your,
Beautiful.
so as you were trying to move away. And then I was like, no, maybe I can just wait for him to, his arms get tired. I got impatient. And that was when I was like, wait a minute, like, he's got my arm, but I've also got his arm. So that's when I started moving my hand up to your hip. And that was when you said to move it towards my heart. And I was gable grip.
You're definitely going one against my two.
Right.
Once you were safe from this position to this position, bringing this up cranks my arm into a, I got a bail on it. But what you did effectively is exactly what you just pointed out. I'll tell you what you did is you sat right here on my IT band, pinning my knee and my hip.
Okay.
So that when I did try to sweep you over, you were able to post with your right hand effectively,
Right.
or pinch with your elbow on my hip. What I wanted to do is create space to get my knees in. I was trying to flip you with my shins to get you over to roll. But I knew your hand was posted, so then I was trying to either sweep, regard, or sweep, regard, kimura. So I was trying to go get out to the back or butterfly. So I'm trying to do all those things.
Right.
And this is what you did is you sat right here. not even gonna worry about the Kimura right now. So as you're trying to frame and shrimp out, all you did is stay pitched really good on my knees.
Okay.
So as you're trying to frame and shrimp out, all you did is ride my IT back. Now go for the Kimura. Here you're doing real good, and pinching and posting, and this. So roll your knuckles forward, bring it in as close as you can. I felt like I had this kind of advantage there.
Right.
So I wasn't really burning my arms out, I was just holding on nice and snug like a squirrel, tight to the chest.
Okay.
But here I knew I didn't have it.
Right.
Here I knew I didn't have it. But here, once I felt you doing this, I felt like you could have just gone right here,
Ooh, yeah.
right there. That's when I knew I lost it, and I held onto it on purpose so you could feel that you could reverse this on.
Right.
But what was crucial was this IT, right? IT man, right?
Okay.
Because you can feel you can't go. So if you start going for that Kimura, and I go, all right, fine, I'm gonna fight this Kimura and let your legs get out, then that gives you that pose.
Right.
Either frame or get your hips out, and you can decide where you wanna go.
Right.
This was your base. This was where you had everything with this control. So if you tried to sweep with the Kimura, you posted. And I felt it.
And then
Went
when
right back to this.
And what I noticed was you were doing a lot of this, trying to scooch.
I just wanted to get these knees out.
Right.
Because if you go here,
Right.
you get an advantage somehow. I gotta react to that. So you did everything perfect. Perfect. Yeah. There wasn't scrambling on my part. There was like mitigation. I got into a better advantage. And you just let me go. If you can ride that sweet spot between not trying to controlling but being a wet blanket, because I felt like if you were really contracted the whole time, you might get tired, but you might not, because you were doing a good job of knee pinching and tail curling.
Right.
It sucked for me. It's like, fuck, that's effective. So as long as you're not tanking yourself out on that.
Yeah, yeah, and it was really, I was just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, good.
And I was concerned, so I wasn't concerned, but I don't want to just sit in a position.
Don't worry.
And I was trying to work, that Kimura defense and still kind of slowly do that take an inch, take an inch. Take an
You did
inch,
fine,
take an
yeah.
inch, take an inch.
With me, I'm not worried about you dominating or winning a position. I'm gonna slowly wait for you to try to give me an opening. You didn't give me an opening. So you're doing the right thing. In a competition, that's probably what you're gonna encounter, is what I was in an ocean situation, but never you didn't feel me say, oh shit, I gotta scramble.
Right.
I said, okay, fine, I'll hold this Kimura. I didn't have that Kimura. Once I was going here, I knew I would have bailed on it before, but I wanted to hold on to it to let you maybe dismount.
Right.
You didn't. So that's what I'm saying. Let's look at the positives that you did. You
Right.
controlled my hips.
And that's what I was working on. I was trying to get that control. You've got the Kimura, but I'm in a safe enough place that I don't have to worry about you.
I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, about finishing it.
Like when I got the Kimura from side control, it was more like I was trying to post one hand so I could start getting that knee free, and I realized I really tweaked your shoulder, so that's why I let it go.
Right.
But then you said, let's keep going. I said, okay, that's when I trapped the elbow again and started working on that. And you sweat it. If you didn't, that's what I was worried about. You were going to sweep me if I kept going for that Kimura.
Okay.
I wanted to threaten the Kimura to actually free this knee.
Right.
But you didn't, right? You're not seeing what I'm going for, but you're staying safe.
Right.
Same thing with that. With this, what you did to me effectively here, you didn't panic when you felt that I got this.
Yeah, and you had gotten it here a couple times.
Yeah.
And I knew, okay, well I just
Yep.
go there,
Yep.
and again posting here on the hip.
Even if you know that I'm gonna, like, if you get it out and I start right here in this position, you're in a full mount. If I try to start doing this, I want you to think of walk your right hand up like a spider mount on palm flat over here.
Right.
And now drive the shoulder into my armpit. I'm gonna lose this every time.
Okay.
It's not always there, but if I'm here, really, what am I doing? I might try to arm lock you, but you're in a way better position.
Well, I mean, even an arm lock at this point.
It's not gonna happen.
Right.
I gotta be a real dumbass. My leverage is compromised. I gotta frame.
Right.
So,
Yeah, because I mean, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
As I got to here, I'm like, okay, as soon as your hand release is there,
yeah.
I'm gonna bring that around to there.
And you might sacrifice this elbow, dangling down out in front of me to drive the shoulder into me.
Right.
Because look, I can't even get your elbow now that your shoulder's in my face.
Okay.
So think of it that way. So if we're here and you're dominating that mount, fine. But your right hand posting out gives you that leverage to body crawl up. Okay. But if I get my knees in, I'm trying to get my knees, I want you wanted you just like you did, keep posting on that knee, keeping that arm safe, and not have to come over. You kept doing that.
Yeah. Because I knew as long as I can keep your hips
Yep.
pinned, there's not a whole lot your shoulders can do.
If you get in that situation, I want you to think of that too, just like being safe, being tight, trying not to give up the arm, because that's exactly what I end up doing, is I end up giving up the arms, I keep going for that commitment.
Right.
I gotta remember to bail and stop that hip advancement now. That's really what's gonna beat me.
I need to, who was it? Fucking Ryan's got a instructional on the body lock. I need to get a hold of that.
Ask Tanner, he might have it. So it's a good thing to do that together.
Yeah.
Alright.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the roll,
Oh,
man.
for sure, buddy. I'm glad you did good. You really did.
I
I know you didn't think you. I know. I'm telling you, you did good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.